Alright, welcome. Let's see, a couple more buttons to press here and there. Make sure everything's ready to go. Howdy. Let's see. Howdy. Yeehaw, fellows. There we go. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah, welcome everyone. Let's see. How's the mixing? Hopefully everything's balanced out a little bit, audio-wise. But yeah, thanks for letting me know that last time too. That my mic was low. I don't know. It was always it was weird because last time it didn't have an update, but at least it didn't change at least some setting I would guess. Or maybe I changed it on my own, but didn't. I don't know. Welcome. Oh, Streamlabs, thank you. That'll let me know. Hello. Music just as loud as you. Okay. It's weird because it looks. I boosted both of them up actually. It looks pretty good. I can turn it up like a smidge more, but I don't want to blast you guys with too loud. Lower this down. It's always a hard part to get this right. I can lower this down just a little bit more. Okay. So I think I was like music -15, me -4. Now music -20 and me -2. So that is a little bit more difference, and I'm louder. I'll keep playing if it's still a little wrong, but let's get going on here. Yeah, see, it's very loud. Let me try and make this a little low on my end. Anyway, I'll go to here, and then if it's still a little off, or I feel like I'm having to yell over it or something, looks okay to me right now. But yeah, thanks for letting me know. That's like the hardest thing. I would have to like make a video, like a local video, just to see if audio settings are okay. But then there's always kids bit rates and whatever on your ends with your devices, so it's never really too easy to get that going. But anyway, welcome. Hello. Let's see. There's my arm. Hello. So I don't know if you're still here, Banan. Welcome. Banana. Hi Cookie. Hi me. Hi Sati. Judd. Stream Ambulance and Sati again. Thank you. Howdy. I've been doing okay. I've been working real hard at work. Turn down one bit. My work has been, let's see, I'm working on a whole bunch of stuff and one huge project, where it's like 500, or if you want to say like 494 metal plates for a couple hospital plaques. It seems like they just wanted like every nurse in a county or something crazy, where it's just like this huge order. It's several $1,000s that they're paying to recognize 500 nurses. So guess who just printed, and ran out 500 plates this past couple weeks. Yeah. So I've in addition to everything else I've been doing, yeah, it was a lot. On Friday, I'm a real fan. On Friday, I ran I was like, I want to be done with this, so I just ran the last over 100 that I had left to do, and I just said like, yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna do it so I can get this done. So yeah, last night I ran over 100 plates over the 6 hours worth. It's a lot of back and forth, literally getting up to the computer saying, please run these plates, running over the printer, which is half a room away, like 10 steps or so, putting the plate down, letting it run, and swap out the plates, and then put the next one in, and then go walk over to the computer 10 steps away, say, please run these ones, and then run over to the printer and say, okay, and then doing that, and I was able to double up and say like, okay, can you run 2 plates at the same time? So it was only 250 times I had to print, but still that's a lot. So plates are just what we call like the metal. It's not literally a plate, but it's just like what we call them to get this kind of general kind of. It just be like the general name for it, like like when you have like a metal plate or some sort of plate like this at a weird perspective angle that I drew this at. But usually it would have like a little tiny aluminum or brass or that's kind of it really, aluminum or brass or plastic maybe. And so this whole object would be just a plate. And so I would get this, and I was like write a name in here, and then like award, and like I would write this design, and design like say like this is where I want it to be, and then get the laser to go on it, and then it writes out it reveals the second layer. So you can think of it like a sandwich, which just has a whole bunch of different layers, where like you can see the top of it might be like black, but then like the laser is able to go pierce through that first layer, and then it goes into here, and so it reveals the next layer down, which might be white. And so what you get then is a black plate that reveals white text or design on it. But it's really just, it's not really making the text turn a different color. It's just revealing the next layer down into it. So that's engraving, is that you're piercing through enough layers that reveals the next color, like if you know geology or earth science stuff, then it's like, oh, it goes from the crust to like the mantle or something. But yeah, the laser itself is not making it change to a different color. It's just like revealing a hole. You're making a bunch of holes into the plate that then reveals the next color. But yeah, just in general, again, this is just a plate, and so there's 500 plates I had to do. But it could be aluminum, plastic, whatever. But yeah. So on top of everything else I've been doing with the game, obviously with this, and all my other stuff that had to get done, I was also doing 500 of these over the last couple weeks. It's weird because they were like, I got the order way long ago, like 3 or so weeks earlier, and whenever I was like starting to like work on it like 3 weeks ago, everyone was like kind of like side-eyeing me like, really, you're working on it now? Like, what are you're working on this 500 plate order like 3 weeks ahead? What are you doing? It was weird. Like the way I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work on it. Can I get a review on this? You know, like I got a couple of them, you know, let me get a proof, you know, as soon as I can, please. And everyone was like, what are you? That's too much time early, isn't that? And I was like, what? I know how long this is gonna take. You know, because I can think of it as, you know, in a vacuum, it would only take like a week, but I'm not in a vacuum where that's not the only thing that I'm working on at the moment at work. So I was like, I know I had other things, and I knew that it wouldn't take literally just that amount of time. So I was like, I'm going to work on it as soon as I can and then start going on it. Like I worked on it like I got a proof. I sent a proof to the customer with that design that I showed kind of thing. And so like, does this design work? And they were like, oh, okay. So as soon as I got that, I was like, okay, let's go. So, but yeah, the story is that I finished it, the last 100, and I wrapped them all up in paper towels and baggies, put them inside there and wrapped them up and say like, this is for this plaque and this is for this plaque. I wrote them on it, labeled them, and said, here you go, and just dropped like 20 different rolled up baggies of all these 500 plates and say like, here you go, bump. And it's due next week, so if there's any kind of weird thing that happens, I can be like, okay, I have time now, and it's technically not, you know, the design due date, so hey, there you go. So, yeah. Yeah. So last night I took several long naps and wasn't able to work on the game as much as I wanted to. So, but I did get some work done. It's matter time. Let's see where the game is. There we go. So I was able to work on the game this week, and I can kind of show how much we got here. So the fun part is that I've updated the backgrounds to include multi-layered with some animated backgrounds. So it's really hard to see. It's probably really hard on your end as well, but there's actually a little the clouds are now scrolling. Sorry, they might be able to see this white cloud, and it's slowly moving over. Here's this darker color, and it's slowly moving to the right. So that was really fun to program. Took me way longer than I probably should have. But yeah, so the way that this works is that I have my Photoshop files, and so I was already smart. Here's the same background, so you can see like I already designed it with layers in mind, just so I can draw it nicely. But I also designed it in a way that I can remove the sky if I wanted to. And so I have like a separate sky layer that's literally just this, and so I can then kind of do this effect where the sky layer is now kind of moving across. And then it gets a different super wide too wide background. Need to make this a little smaller. This is a different cloud for the Luna background. Oops, just trying to make it a little smaller here. Let's see. Sky Street. There's my original version there. Little cloud there. I think this might be the clouds. Or oh, here we go. Here's clouds. So this is essentially too wide of a 1920 by 1080 dimensions. So from here to here. So this box in here is a full HD square, and then I doubled it to be on this side as well. So if you have like if you start here and then pan the sky one way, then it'll match up with the design. This design equals this design over here. So once it scrolls over halfway, then I can have it then zhoosh over into the other side in one frame, and then because this equals this, it can then resume its scrolling information. And so it can just keep going. So it becomes a scrolling background that has a bunch of detail in it. And so you can get this nice little scrolling effect. And it takes about 2 minutes for it to completely do one cycle, I think. And so yeah, there we go. It's casually making one. It's been a lot of work. But yeah, each background has this now. I think it's the same sky style, but yeah, I cut out every sky. Some of them don't show the sky as much, like Izzy's, but if we go to this one, you can see a little bit more. And so yeah. Is there a lot? I don't know. I want to, you know, be impressive in some way. That's like, okay, I can kind of say like, hey, look, I got a scrolling background, which I didn't think would be too much more. I was thinking of having like Persona style shadow people, shadow ponies, you know, walking across as well. I don't know. Because I was thinking like in the first act, you know, when it's like describes that the area is lively. I want some characters to kind of walk around, and then when you're in here, they can be like not here or something. But I can go to Hitch. This one's probably more complicated. Most complicated. Yeah, this kind of ties with the Luna one as well. So there's several layers going on. You got the main background, which is the land. You got the sky with the clouds rolling over here. You got the water, which has two different graphics. And there's tiny little shines. When you get to full resolution, you'll be able to see this a little better. but there's tiny little ripples that kind of go back and forth between two pictures here. The fountain has two pictures and has a little bits of water shines here and there that also kind of goes back and forth. So it's not the most amazing animation, but it just wanted to be, obviously I want it to be super subtle, you know. Don't want to be like, look at this water, it's like shooshing out and you can see every ripple and everything. It's already pretty impressionistic style anyway. Results are kind of blocky. But yeah. Then I needed two versions where it's actually then blurry version of it. Because as like it shows up, you could like watch one of the tree bits and be like, whoop, it gets blurrier. Because now you got something to focus on. So I feel like everything was in focus, it'd be not really camera accurate. Especially when you try to look at someone, you can try and look around. If you like look at the background away from you, it kind of gets a little blurry. So that's how cameras and eyes, you know, kind of mimic that kind of function, that kind of effect. So let's go to Luna. This is almost done. You can see like how the layers kind of work is that Hitch and Hitch's clone are kind of in between the sky layer. So he's in front of the sky, but also behind the land. So this is where I need to fix this up a little bit more. But getting there in the void. But I'm really, really proud of this background. I think this was like the first one I worked on and was like exactly how I envisioned it. So I was like, yes. So there's little stars that kind of twinkle in and out. If you watch like one or two different stars, they do different things. They either kind of grow, kind of shine, or they go out. Kind of thing. Like this one appears. You watch this one, it disappears. Each cloud layer is also doing something different. Where like the back cloud is scrolling to the right, the middle one is scrolling to the left, and the closer one is moving to the right. And they're going at different speeds, so it kind of gives this more depth into it, where like the far cloud should feel farther away because it's moving much slower than everything else. I could probably slow it down a little bit more, but I definitely want to make sure that you can. It's not so subtle that then you can't see it at all, kind of a thing. Or if it's just kind of jittering and just kind of, you know, 1 second here, and then second layer, second be like here. So slowly scrolling. And then I don't think there's much of a blur function on it. But then we'll get Luna's animation as she kind of appears out of the clouds, and then she can talk. So yeah, so now I got animated characters, some animated, a few different versions of the text box, and some little shakes here and there, and animated backgrounds. So yeah, if you look at everything here, it's like, wow. Get an animated character here. I might have like an ambient animation of Luna just kind of idling or something. This little thing is going, and all the background is going at the same time. Yeah, I don't know, I'm having fun. This is about as far as I probably want to take it realistically. That I don't see much more I can really do, unless there's anything you can think of I think this needs. But yeah, there's a little camera shake there. But yeah, we're getting there. I would say that we're still, I keep pushing the field goal farther and farther as I keep making more stuff. Like this animated background was not really part of the original pitch, so I was like, way back when I was like, oh yeah, I'm probably like 90% done, you know, months ago. And now that I've added so many things and made the script like almost 1.5 times longer, it's like, okay, now that I finished a bunch of those checklist stuff off, now it's like, okay, I'm feeling more like 80 to 90% done now. So yeah, what I need to do is I need to finish the initial Hitch and Sparky conversation. You saw like the end of it was kind of broken. Hi, Sasha. Let me give you a little wave. Woo! Hitch and Sparky, Luna. Still gotta finish her. And then all the endings. I'm saving those for the last part, but yeah, it's got the same background here. Let me just double check 1 second here. Let me go to variables. In choice 2, edit 2. Okay. Quick menu 2. Okay. I'm not sure if you'll be able to access those debug mode, but at least when I'm working on it, I can check to see like what kind of ending I'll get from those variables. They have different values, and so I can see like, okay, based on how you answered in that in choice, I think. Yeah, in choice would be a different number based on how I would answer. So I think I get ending 2 maybe. Get to the end here. Zoop. I also did this. So we did the moon and sun pictures last week. I took those and then I separated the background and then added a scroll function into it so that the camera can actually kind of scroll, get the background there, and then the sun, and then the credits has this darker background onto it. It's semi-transparent that shows up when the credits show up. And so I get this little effect. And then you get the credits. So, and then the moon one will have a little animation there. But, yeah. I get 3. That's okay. I think that's right, actually. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And so, yeah, at the end of that, all the characters would either kind of scroll down or they just kind of fade out or something else. So they won't all be there. And then, yeah, then the camera will pan up and kind of look up. And I'm thinking of even separating it further where I can have, let me see, probably should have opened all these. Yeah, here's the file for this, for that ending. Oops, just had to load Photoshops. Great detail, thank you. So there's different layers. So I got the sky layer, the top of the buildings, and then the bottom one, which was essentially just the same as the picture that we had before, but I just had to add up the extra parts, elongate it, and then you got the sun at the top, and then, yeah, so just added I think I had a different, I used this sky cloud picture from the shorter one, so that's a little bit weird. I think I want to even separate the sun and moon from everything else so that I can have a much more accurate parallax. Because I think if we get a pan up, then the sun and background, the background should fall much faster than the sun. So the sun might only move from here, from the top of the screen to down here, while the background has to go, you know, you have to get from this part all the way down much further to get out of the way. So where it goes up, I don't know. Yeah, if you're looking here, the camera's here, and then you gotta scroll about that distance. But I want the sun to just go from here down to here, which is probably like half as far a distance. So that'll make it look like the sun is farther away. So I want to separate that, and then do the moon, which has a couple different styles here, which we saw last time. So I got basic moon here, and then I can have it wink or close his eye or something. It's hard to wink with one eye. That's just blinking. But yeah, we're getting there. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, is all this weird, crazy stuff here. Oh boy. Let's see. What do I want to do? I don't know. Let's get to, yeah, the endings. Yeah. Because I want to show how complicated this gets. Just gotta resize this one quick. Okay. Put a ding sound across the wink better. That's true. I gotta do all the sound effects. That's another part of the to-do list, is all the sound effects. Yeah, there's a lot to do. I think this is all the code for the sun. Let's see. Moon. That's the moon. Let's get to the sun. Okay. Yeah, Here's the sun. Okay. Move the text box, remove hitch, remove stuff. Hide the sky loop, show the sky loop. I had to do that to reset it, basically. Hide the blur. The original is I have just the bottom background set up, so I had to like hide that and then show the tall one, which is essentially the same image, but obviously it's taller with the background there. And then it goes to the ending 3 at ending scroll. And the ending scroll is a transition. That's one of these. So that's this one. So ending scroll is a transform function that says X align it halfway, Y align it up at the top, do an ease in animation for 2 seconds, Y offset 1,100 pixels, so that moves it upward or downward. I don't know. Anyway, it scrolls in a way. So I'm able to create a function that's an animation and then have in the script basically say show the image doing a transformation, and then it does the transformation. And then I'm letting time happen for about 3.5 seconds for this 2-second animation to happen, and then show the credits with a dissolve. Pause for 8 seconds for the credits, hide the credits, and then show the ending 3 to say like you get ending 3, which is all for 6 seconds, and then do a unlock something in the gallery, then restart the game, and then that's it. So it all makes sense, but it's like it takes forever to really set this up. Obviously, you don't just write this out and be like, yep, that's it. It's like, okay, what do I want this, and then how does this work? I mean, writing this actually took like, probably like 3 or 4 hours. I'm so bad at like understanding how this works that I had like a completely different way of setting it up. There's like I had different, instead of X align, I had like X position or X offsets, and then yeah. So I was trying to do it with different types of variables, and so once those weren't working, I was like, okay, let's try another type. Let's, instead of X position, let's try X align, and then how does that work, and then making sure that that's perfect as possible. But yeah. I think this is the cloud transformation. So subpixel makes it so I can do it between pixels, show the image. Here's an X position, Y position, linear animation for 40 seconds, and then in the offset the X position from the negative X position plus 2,110 pixels, and then once it completes its animation to scroll halfway, then reverse the offset that you just did and then repeat it. So essentially you get the double wide picture, you're looking at it from just here, and then you say set up what X position you want it to be, like 0, and then you want to offset it a certain amount that it can get back to here, and then you then in one frame, so it's impossible to see it, revert it back that amount that you moved it over so that it replaces back to here, and then repeat that. So it creates a scrolling animation that just keeps going. I've done this exact setup in a lot of my animations, so it was just trying to figure out how to get this kind of style animation and scrolling effect into Ren'Py was the trickiest part. It's like I knew all of this. I was like, I knew that this should work because I've done this in animation a whole bunch. Where I've had like in Flash animations where you can just have a symbol just move a double wide image twice across. And I think maybe one of these, I think even in the ending here, yeah, like this animation is actually doing the same thing. Where it creates a scrolling animation where if you, it's impossible to see that there's no end or start to this animation, but it's not like all of these toasters go from right to left and then you have like this empty spot. It's like this overlapping animation where like some of it, you know, it creates this image of like one screenshot picture equals the last image. So that sort of thing. So I've done this for like years. So, but then it was just like trying to figure out like, you know, the write in the code for it of like all of this nonsense was just like the hard part. Yeah. So, anyway. But that didn't make any sense. That's okay. It took me forever to figure it out. So, no to worry. But, yeah, I did that for all of the other ones as well. All these other ones. So, all the endings also do the same thing, I think. That one's just a picture. This one's the sun. And then moon one has, yeah, it shows ending and then swap that one picture of the moon to the other one. Halfway through. I had to like set up the exact XY position so it can actually be correct. Let's see. Hi Michael. Welcome. Let's see. Is that Visual Studios or Toon or something? This is Visual Studio. So I'm coding my Ren'Py game, setting up all the variables and everything inside of Visual Studio. And then Toon Boom is this one where I set up the graphics and the animations for the characters and backgrounds. So I drew a bunch of different pictures. All of these are being sent out as image files, and then I revert them back into Visual Studio for all these character files. So you get tons of different pictures here where you get like, yeah, you get like the water can where it switches between each individual frame of animation and then hold for a certain amount of time. And if it needs to be like looping, then you set it to repeat. But if it's like a cutscene or something, then it doesn't. So, yeah. Some of these get a little complicated where I wanted like a whole cutscene worth. So you get from like frame 164 in the Toon Boom timeline all the way down to 185. So that's like 20 frames of different animations and then holding for a certain amount of time. You'll get different timing amounts as well, so that it can be a little bit more, instead of just on ones, basically, it's like set up to be a certain amount of frames per second. Toon didn't have a quota there. Actually, it does. Believe it or not, there's a script editor within Toon Boom, and yeah, there's I don't know what kind of language it is, but yeah, guess what, there's code that you can just go in here and be like, let me go in here, ooh, node frame, nah, you know, let me go barf, and then, you know, and then you get weird stuff, and it's like, oh, okay. So these are scripts, looks like they're JavaScript files. Some of them are actually pretty good. I don't use all of them, obviously, but some of them, like, there's like one that's like set up for Flash resending or recolor drawings or something. I remember like in the past I used this actually a couple times. I was like, I wanted to recolor all drawings of each selected element, and so it can be like start the function, start it, and then select things, and then run it, and then it does it. So, yeah. But these are all like art things and, you know, set up very, very specific Toon Boom things. That's like, man, I sure do want TBPLIB. And it's like, oh, okay. Sets its suffix and recolors like the columns. So these are pre-built into Toon Boom. I didn't write any of this. But I'm able to use this for my animations and stuff and be like, oh, okay, sure. If I need something that's very specific. Yeah, here's even one for Maya XLM to Harmony script. You know, it's like, oh, okay. Maya is a 3D polygon software. So it's like, oh, okay. What if I want to take a polygon 3D object and import it into Toon Boom? How would I go about doing that? And it's like, okay, well, let's use this pre-built thing. That's like it reads and exports Maya to XML. It's like XML is a little bit more universal. You can have it work pretty well. Ooh, it'll create a peg hierarchy and create functions for material matrices in the XML data. Relies on these Harmony plugins. Plugins generations for engine functions. So you get lost in all of this stuff, but yeah, there's a lot. There's the interpolation. I think they had a bigger Toon Boom, had a bigger emphasis on all this coding stuff years ago, when it was like more like not really, all of this kind of extra stuff wasn't really plugins, and you had to do a lot of plugins because Toon Boom didn't have as much crazy stuff going on. So they were kind of relying more on these extra plugins to make it so that you can actually do all this stuff, all this weirder stuff, very, very specific stuff. But as Toon Boom's evolved, more of these stuff has just been inside of Toon Boom itself now, as just like nodes and stuff. So I try to add like specific nodes in here. One of these might be, you know, whatever this code is, like recolor stuff or something might be in here now. But it's still here just for legacy sakes, and so you can still modify it like an open source kind of thing, but it's still not really, yeah, copyright 2022 for this specific coding JavaScript file here. But yeah, you do that, yeah. You get to draw your cute little horses, and then meanwhile in the back of it there's always like a code and like 3Ds, and this is always built in a 3D engine as well. So you get this plane that's in real actual 3D space, and it's like everything's moving in 3D, and there's scripting stuff, and it's like, why? You just want to draw a horse, and it just gets so bloated, and everything starts going really slow because it's trying to do everything at the same time. And yeah, it's really fun. You get all this 3D stuff with like the head turns and stuff, and it's like, okay, cool. What I want to do today is, let's see. That was all that. Whew. Yeah. If you want, let's see, like every regular. Do we want to see like every node at the same time? Not really, but you can kind of just see how many different, yeah, like a lot of different specific nodes as well. Like, who knows, maybe color select is one of the scripting ones, or like a different version of it, or maybe we can do one other extra function or something, or make it so you don't have to do a layer selector plus a line art, you know, create these webs of stuff, you know, like some of these particle stuff, you know, you might have to have 10 different nodes to create this effect, or you can put this one in here and then it works, kind of thing. So there's even a kill node. That's fun. What's it do? This node will kill 2 old or 2 young particles. So yeah, there's a lot. In Flash / Animate, the newer versions of Animator, slowly including some of these. Like, they really started getting into deformations. Deformations where you can get like a little piece of something, and then maybe, let's try and find a much more easier to understand one. So like, instead of like using a regular old style of transformations of like using a box select and then rotating it or moving it or skewing it or something, is now you can use little rotatey curve deformers to move things around. So Flash is starting to get into some of these, but it's not like a curve deformer, it's more like a spine, which is a little different. Excuse me, but it's getting there, but it'll probably take like another 10, 30 years to get to like one of the earlier versions of Toon Boom's style of complexity. Alright, Coda. Welcome. Well, let's get on for the show. Spent way too long on that, but just see how complicated this all always is. Let's work on the promo video. I like working on things earlier than I need to, so I can have enough time to work on it. So let's just get some notes. What's my note? Hey, I actually started working on these. Moving backgrounds. Check. Alright. Luna, ending, promo. Alright. Let's put a box around that. If I can select it. Beep. Put it in there. Put a red square around it. I should be able to move that. Perfect. Okay. Cool. Save that. Okay. So, yeah. How are we doing? I always forget that you guys have relatively little brains to all of this animation and complex coding stuff. So, hopefully I made it somewhat digestible. I don't know. If anything was really, really weird, then yeah, don't worry about it. It's all part of it. Promo, sketch, or storyboard or something. Let's do storyboard. I've just been doing animation for so long, and I've slowly been, you know, learning more and more complex stuff as I go. So, I never really felt overwhelmed when I started Toon Boom. I've already done like 5 or so years of Flash animation. That I was like, oh yeah, now I can use most of my Flash animation knowledge to then kind of build off from that, and then play with nodes, which I've started to. I learned nodes in like Blender, because Blender has shading nodes, and a lot of other some visual scripting stuff as well. I think I misspelled promo. Let me add prom. Oh, in here. So yeah, it's just like all these little Lego building blocks. That's like, oh yeah, I understand that. So I understand, like, you know, what a frame is, and then how to draw a frame, and then go from there. So I really never really felt when I started Toon Boom. I was like, oh geez, I'm completely out of my element now. I think the first couple times I tried to make something in Toon Boom, it was a little hard once I started to like make like frame by frame animations. I was trying to figure out a lot of it, because a lot of it was very different. It was just the philosophy of it, I guess, rather than trying to understand like how Toon Boom itself works and then trying to work around that. So I'm getting used to the Toon Boom rules. So it's just like, okay, you get a peg, you put a drawing, you know, you draw on your drawing layer, then you move over your peg, and then you create some hierarchy, stuff like this. Promo, master peg, or master peg will work. Get your composite so it can actually render out, get some color. Vectorize, cool. Let's play with the a little thicker. Okay. So I can draw in here. Welcome back, Judd. And some of these, some of these. Alright, cool. So I can start drawing and get going here. Okay. So, I don't know if you're gonna hate me for this, but that was a good transition. I played with ChatGPT. I had a couple conversations with Chat, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, I'm not gonna make it, you know, create artwork for me, but I want to use it for the coding aspect, because some of these coding stuff does get really complicated, and I was like, I was using it more like a personal chef for making code, is the way I wanted to describe it. It's like, okay, there's a lot of times I'm always Googling specific things, and I want, like, you know, a perfect burger for my game. You know, I need to have lettuce that's, you know, finely chopped, and it's like has to be washed correctly, and it's like I want it to be a perfect burger for what I exactly want. Creating a perfect scenario, and it's like if I start Googling for that, I'm not gonna find exactly what I need for my code. So it's like, can I ask ChatGPT for something like that and say like, hey, can I get you know, can I get a Ren'Py code that creates a grid of images, multiple images, and buttons that switch between the pages? I was like, okay, can I get that, please? And it's like, and then Chad is like, oh yeah, here you go. And so it started to find all these pictures, get the grid dimensions, and then find the arrows, get a whole bunch of stuff, and then keeps going. So it's really nice because it also does this little summary to say like, in this code we first defined the grid images, and it's like, okay, cool, sure, okay, and then yeah, it's like cool. I haven't exactly tested this because I got busy with other stuff and I wanted to do the backgrounds first, so I was like, okay, that might work. I don't know, but at least that looks good enough to me. That's like, oh sure, perfect, okay. Yeah, and so hopefully what Bing and Microsoft are leaning towards, and Google's trying it. So it's like these more personalized chef search engines are hopefully going to be the future, and I think that'll be much nicer than trying to Google something and get some random Reddit form and be like, okay, this 4chan thing has been locked, so that might have been exactly what you wanted, but it's like, whoops, you know. So having a personalized chef to say like, okay, here's what you want. So did it a couple times, get the scrolling info. I asked about the scrolling images. I still have to do it myself, obviously, and then some of this doesn't actually work. Like this X underscore position isn't actually a valid code execution, so I literally can't copy paste this and work. I still have to go back in and say that doesn't work. So there are bugs, and it's more just like an inspiration board, and be like, okay, I see what you're going for, and it's like, okay, I didn't know, you know, much about this to begin with. Now I can be like, okay, I know somewhat of what this means now. And be like, okay, I can start looking for, you know, specific things now. I can look into what, you know, a scroll speed is, or like, you know, what this $sign means now. I can be like, oh, okay, I can start looking for more specific things, you know, before. So, and then started to ask for more stuff. I copied and pasted just to make sure that, you know, I didn't lose my conversation. I had it saved somewhere, so I was like, it's text anyway. But what I did, last thing I did was, I asked for a promotional script I gave it the name of the game, and I said that there's ponies, here's the pony characters, and write an exciting script that's about, you know, 30 seconds long or something. And it gave me like this huge thing, and I was like, whoa. I was like, cool. This is not my phone number. I think I synced it with my Google account, which I'm sure my Google might have my phone number somewhere in there. I think I just used my Google account, and I'm okay with it. I mean, whatever. I think that, yeah, the first time I was like, oh no, like let's not do that. But I think I just made an account without it, and I think that worked. But I was able to get in, and then it got me like this huge thing. I wonder if I can find it on my own here. I think I just want to find a full thing. Because I just got the condensed version, which was just the first thing I needed. Let's see. Yeah, it's connected to my Google account, so it knows my YouTube account picture. Yep. Here's my tileable. Yeah. So all I said was write an exciting promotional script for a new visual novel video game called Sunny's Dream. Sunny has a mysterious dream and asks her fellow pony friends, is a Pip and Sparky, what the true meaning of the dream is. That's all I said, and it gave me this. And it's like, sure. And it's like, whoa, okay, that's... I'm trying to slow down. And it's like, oh, okay, sure. And obviously it doesn't know what really happens in it, so it's like, as you progress through the game, you encounter a lot of challenges and obstacles, magical puzzles and riddles to thrilling races and epic battles. I was like, and it's like just added more than definitely was needed, and just kind of started to ramble on of like, a beautiful hand-drawn graphic, stunning music, and immersive sound effects. Sunny's Dream is a feast for the senses that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It almost took like something else and then kind of pasted and just changed Sunny's Dream into it. But it knew that it was about ponies, because it said like, are you ready to explore the magic of friendship? I didn't say that. Or it didn't ask specifically, can you add that into it? I was like, whoa. Discover magic and power. Are you ready to explore the magic of friendship and discover the power of dreams? Play Sunny's Dream today. And I was like, yeah, can you modify the previous answer to remove the hosts of challenges in the obstacles section? Add that there are multiple endings based on how you interact with the other characters. And I was like, sure. And so I was like, okay, let's condense it and remove some stuff and then add some other stuff. And I was like, hey, can you modify that to be no more than 2 paragraphs? Take the most important aspect and condense it down to a few sentences. And it's like, sure. Okay. And so that's what that one was. Probably still want to modify this, but at least it gets me from 0 to at least something that's pretty okay. So that's what I wanted anyway. So I'll take this and probably just take out some of my more favorable parts out of this and then rewrite it. So I'm not going to take this, you know, kind of thing, but let's take some parts of it and modify it or whatever. But at least I can get this and then start going, you know. If I try character AI, I think I tried 15.ai a while ago. I think we even made a cartoon with 15. But I just haven't got around to it. I got too busy with this to try character. I think I tried opening it. There was like a time where I was like, let's try the art one, let's try this one, and then try the character one. I think with the character one, I didn't really get too far, or I just got overloaded with too many characters. I was like, I don't really have anything for them at this point. So I guess if I really want to, can you pick custom characters? Because then I can have like, make your mark character voices, get some lines out of that, and make like Banjo-Kazooie, like, get nice sounds for each character in the game. I don't know how much not free use that is. Cameron, you know what? Awesome. I'm just not sure like how, if you take a voice actor's, like, can you copyright character voices if it's in a copyrighted material? This is where all the, you know, Greywater is with all that. And it's like, oh man. I don't want it to be too annoying though. I want to really fine tune it to make it nice and enjoyable to listen to if I go that route. Otherwise, I'll just do like the basic video game, you know, kind of sound for each character. It's kind of what I have right now, actually. I think if I play it, play the game, turn the sound value on, yeah, you can almost hear it. So I think I got the Paper Mario, like beep, 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 beep sound. And so each character has a different pitch version of that. So, I could probably play with that version more, or I can try to get the more Banjo-Kazooie, you know, kind of sounds or something. Wow, wow, wow. You know. I don't know. Yeah, you guys let me know what you think about that, and I can start working on that. Or start thinking about how I would go about it. Yeah, I would have to definitely look into character AI to know how okay that is to use, I guess. But yeah, it's hard to then do a long-winded conversation about, can I do a certain very specific thing inside of Toon Boom 22, and then eventually got to a point where it's like, I don't understand what Toon Boom is. And then I was just like, can you try again? I apologize for the confusion in my previous answer. As of January 23, there is no release on Toon Boom Harmony 22 Premium. 22 was released in 21, and latest version available is 21. Therefore, I cannot provide information about the 22 release of 22 as it does not exist. And then I looked into what version I have with this, and I was like, excuse me? So, ChatGPT, I don't know how to say it, said that 22 does not exist as of last month. This came out in like November. Yeah. Version 22 came out on November 28th, and it's version 22. So I was like, what? So, as of 23, there is no release of 22. Yeah. So it thinks that there's no version of the version that I'm using as of last month of a or application that came out in November. And so I was like, okay, I'll try again exclusively about 21 then. If there is no answer, say there is no answer. And it was like, yeah, well, 21 was released in 21 and it can do this. And it's like, click on these buttons. And it's like, I don't know whether or not 22 changed every feature, but it's like, click on this button in this menu. And then you'll be able to do this. And then you'll be able to do exactly what you want. And I was like, sorry, but what? I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh yeah, sorry. And I was like, where is the rigging menu? It was like, oh yeah, sorry. It's in here. But then I was like, wait, do you mean that part? And it was like, I'm sorry. And it's like, yes, it can be found in the animation menu. And I was like, where's the animation menu? And then it was like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like in the top menu. It must be there. And I'm sorry. And it's like, okay, well, it looks good if anything prior to 21 then. And I was like, I'm sorry. Click on these buttons which are in the file, edit and view menu. And it's like, oh no. And it's like, okay, if it's not exclusive in 21 manual, please omit it. Only entries for information found in 21 manual maybe. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry. Trinket, maybe you have to do click on these buttons. And it's like, I hope this helps. I was like, it's not in the menu. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry. You're correct. Parent field design. I don't know. You have to use it again. I'm sorry. And it's like, try again. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. You can do these other buttons. This should help. I hope this helps. So try again. I apologize. Here's other completely different things that you can do. Please note that the exact steps may vary depending on the version Toon already used. And apologize if your previous answer was not specific enough for your needs. If you have further questions, just let me know and I can do my best on this issue. I was like, make a ticket to look into Toon Harmony manual. I was like, I'm sorry. It's an AI language model. I don't have ability to look, to create a ticket or perform actions outside of providing information and answering questions. However, I suggest checking the Toon Harmony 21 manual. Tables of contents are indexed to find information about rigging and child parent relationships. Additionally, you might find it helpful by searching online forums or contacting Toon customer support. I was like, okay, thank you. You're welcome! Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. So, yeah, it went into a loop where it was trying to find the amount of information that it had, and then was like, it found like it like reached out into like every source of the internet to be like trying to find exactly what I wanted, but it was like using older versions and was like not able to access certain things. And it's like I looked back into like Jet, and it was like, oh yeah, it doesn't have information newer than a couple months ago. So I was like, oh, okay. But it just kept going because it never really said that, that I'm sorry, but 22, I don't have information about 22, so I'm sorry, but I cannot process your request. All of it was going back and forth of like, do you have information, even before that? I was like, maybe this might be correct, but it's like, it never really said that 22 does not exist in my server. So it's like, please stop, and then it just kept going. It was like, maybe these were right, but like I didn't have that. This Toon Boom sort of works where you can only really have one license at a time. That's how to get you. So if you try to open 21, then you lose your license to 22. So you can only have one license open at a time. So maybe this is right, but it's just like, man. Yeah, but the creative writing one might be copy-pasted from something else, but at least I can start from there, be kind of using that or something. But, yeah. Some of this stuff. I don't remember about some of this other stuff. Let me check what else I asked it. A lot of coding stuff. oh yeah. Started with like, my first thing was, what is 2 plus 2? And it was like 4. So I was like, you know, when you check a calculator, you always want to make sure that at least something's correct before you go off on it. Read a story about My Little Pony characters, and it made this whole like fan fiction thing that I don't know where it's from, but it's like, oh, perfect, okay. Like it understands what My Little Pony is, and then found something that's like, it's not exactly like a true fan fiction that at least ones I've read. That's like, oh, okay, sure. Read about a story about New Generation. Read a story about the ponies from My Little Pony and New Generation. So I like Glimmer. The Cutie Bar Crusaders, Scootaloo, you know, and I was like, oh, read a story about Pokemon, and then I made a whole thing about that, Ash and Pikachu, and I was like, yeah, that's okay. I was like, Midnight Mirrors? It was like, no. Cartoon series Midnight Mirrors? No. Fan-made cartoon series Midnight Mirrors? No. Who's me? I'm sorry. I cannot find information about a person or a character named Yoshi Greenwater. Sorry. It's possible that this name refers to a lesser-known individual or a fictional character from a specific context or production I'm not aware of. Without more context, it's hard for me to provide a first-hand answer. Who is me? No. And days later, I was like, okay, now let's do a Ren'Py code that shows images. And I was like, okay, sure. This is really nice. But I was like, show me a Ren'Py code. And it was like, oh yeah, you want it in Ruby? Ruby's a completely different language. I think one of them, yeah, Python's closer. But then it gave me like YAML. Like it knows what coding is for. Oh yeah, also it's like, make sure. It's like, are you confident in your previous answer? And it's like, of course. I am always confident in all my answers. Write a Ren'Py code. You want it in YAML? Sure. So, yeah, it's... I mean, we want things to be as smart as humans, and it's like, well, this is what you get. You know, it's as smart as a human now. Great, you know, humans are dumb. So great. It's definitely better than, like, the 10 years ago, like, chat things that we had, where it's like, you ask, like, my favorite color is red. And then you ask, you know, something else, and it's like, hey, do you remember what my favorite color was? And then the chat says, I don't know. At least with this, it could be like, hey, can you take your previous answer, then modify it? And it's like, sure. And then can continue. I like that. I like having a conversation where I can read back onto what it said. Cleverbot, exactly. I can read back and be like, oh yeah, when this thing that I just did, can I modify this and then take more information and modify it to how you want it? And it's like, wow, and, you know, that's great. But if it's taking information that's slightly outdated, that makes sense, but put a more disclaimer or something to say like, you know, I know that you wanted something from this year or something newer than my archives are. Let me make that more explicit to say like, yeah, that's actually what I'm looking for, you know? Because like with the Toon Boom one, it was like, hey, here's something that will work, but also that the first thing I was like, is it possible to do in 22? It is possible to do it in 22. To do this, find a parenting feature and then do all of this. I was like, what do you mean the parenting panel? Where do I find this? It specifically said that I know what you mean in Toon Boom 22, and then did a bunch of things that relate to something that's older. That becomes outdated. And it was like, what? And so that's how it started, was like, you said that it was in 22. I was like, okay, cool, but to give me all these things that might be correct, but it's like, not accurate anymore. But then it said that it was, so I was like, ah, great. So, yeah. Cleverbot was like 10, 15 years ago or something. And I do remember doing that. That was fun. But yeah, just the way that it could remember one sentence ago was like really annoying. I can't tell who is regarded than the exactly. It's gotta know more. But yeah. We're getting there. But yeah, I just want to take just this and then modify this, I guess, for now. Let's get this going. So I'll use it and then modify it. script will work. Man, I got really overheated there. It was really annoying. Like, I came up and I went upstairs and in a huff, and I yelled at my parents like, the AI is dumb. And it's like, okay. At least with art, you know, it's like you can take features from good artwork and then try to, you know, make a Frankenstein version of it. But at least with, yeah. I don't know. Because it seemed really cool. I mean, it works. You know, it works, you know, but it just doesn't work yet. Enough to really have anything that let's get him make this into a paragraph here. Okay, so I can take this and then I can make a new version of this, duplicate it. Okay, so let's see. So how do I want to phrase this? So I just want to take the most important parts. So join Sunny and her pony friends in Sunny's dream. I mean, that sounds okay. Let's go. Visual novel game where you help Sunny uncover the true meaning of her mysterious dream. Perfect. With beautiful graphics, I want to take some of this out. Some of these very specific words. Immersive sounds, a deep character interaction. Every choice affects. Every choice you make affects the outcome. Leading to multiple ways. Kind of want to just take some of this out. Every choice you make affects the outcome, leading to multiple endings. Discover the power of dreams. There's no real power. Discover the yeah, there's not much more to it in Magic of Friendship. There's a little bit of that, because I don't want to make it sound more than it is. I want it to be exactly how it is, and the game is a little bit less than that. It's Magic of Insomnia. I mean, that's closer. Magic of Friendship. Sunny friends and pony friends. Sunny's dream. Vision novel game where you help Sunny uncover the true meaning of research. Every choice you make affects the outcome, leading to multiple endings. Yeah, I need some sort of tagline at the end of this, but I don't like that ending. Let's see. Discover. Because most of it is kind of in the beginning parts, actually. Most of the meat of it is. It's more just like. You help Sunny uncover the meaning of James. Every choice you make affects the outcome, leading to multiple endings. It's almost like just the end of it is like, play today. It almost doesn't need much more than that. Magic of Friendship is just too cliche for me. I don't want to add that in, actually. Let's see. Let's get rid of some of this. I almost just want to get rid of the last. I could write something else. Let's see. Hi, Summer. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I'm rewriting a script that an AI wrote to make it sound a little nicer. So if you can read that, let me know how I can change that or any other kind of input. And then we'll start storyboarding it. And I'm going to drink some water right now. So hang on. Do I like join? I'm gonna get too pedantic with this. Persnickety with it. And it's like, okay, join Sunny. Become Sunny. Probably want to make it Star Scout. And Pony Friends, Sunny's Dream, visual novel game, where you help Sunny, you take the role. Not sure on that. Texas says, we're sure. Yeah, he wrote as if it was a AAA game. I wrote a visual novel in original. What's it called? Prompt. Visual prompt wasn't visual AI. Well, visual novel game. So, but probably yeah. There's a little much more than what I bargained for. Funny friends, dreams really helps Sunny. New. That's always fun. New visual novel game. I almost want you to put a comma period here. And then separate that and say help. So this is where it can be like a little more shorter and just kind of separate them. Help Sunny uncover the true meaning of her mysterious dream. Every choice you make affects the outcome, meaning small things. And then you gotta do the YouTube. Can Sunny, yeah, can Sunny do uncover the true meaning of her mysterious dream? Almost want to change this around. I'm gonna cut this, paste this, because that's pretty good as an ending actually. And then describe the story here. Sunny. What's a lot of work? Let's see. Sunny has a mysterious dream that needs to be that's too much. I was like, mysterious dream that needs to be deconstructed and reconstructed and no again. Sunny's dream creates confusion for does Sunny's dream. I'm just going through like every combination of this. Sunny's dream mean the end of the end of the world is Sunny's dream may hold answers that need to be unencrypted. For the future of Equestria. Just gotta rewrite it so it's more. This is where, you know, I can try and rewrite it, but also it's kind of like, the AI was actually pretty onto something here. It's like, that's pretty good. Join Sunny Join Sunny and her Pony Friends in Sunny's Dream, a new visual novel game. Sunny's Dream may hold answers for the future of Equestria. Or does it? I see. Let's gotta add that in. That's fun. Or does it? Every choice, every character dialogue choice. Yeah, every choice. Every choice you make affects the outcome, leading to I want to say like 5 endings. Leading to a total of 5 endings or something. 5 different endings. Can Sunny uncover the true meaning of her dream? I can leave it at that for now. Okay, so I took Giant Sunny Friends, visual ability helps you get your meaning of dreams, beautiful graphics versus deep character interactions. Yeah, there's not that. Every choice you make affects the outcome, leading to multiple endings. Discover the power of dreams and magic of friendship in Sunny's dream. Or, join Sunny's Scout and her pony friends in Sunny's dream, a new visual novel game. Sunny's dream may hold answers to the future of Equestria, or does it? Every choice you make affects the outcome, leading to a total of 5 different endings. Can Sunny uncover the true meaning of her mysterious dream? That sounds better to me. So, there you go. I think I only used 50% of it. I kind of changed only like half of it, but reworded it and changed it. So, it works. Yeah. I mean, it's always gotta work because it always has the same sense of information in it. It's just how I wanna deliver it, I guess. So, yeah. There we go. I thought that would take not as much time, but also it was pretty good. So, okay. So I got the script. Let's put a visualizer on here. Visibility node on here. It's just basic Toon Boom stuff to say like I don't want it to render. I think it's gonna be black, but yeah, I can't see it anyway. But that's fine. Okay. Let's change this. It should be a different color. Ugh. Maybe some sort of, yeah. It's probably like a grain here, maybe. Trying to find a good enough color here so I can see it. That's good. It's a weird green. Okay. Now, what I want to do is make a couple different slides. So what I make is a promo video. Because now on itch.io, and probably just to promote it anyway, I want to make a video to say like, this is, you know, this is a game and I would like you to play it, kind of thing. So, I want it to be pretty flashy, I want to make it like an anime kind of visual novel kind of trailer, where a bunch of like graphics kind of happen. So, I'm not going to use this information. This could be like the tagline. This would be like the description of it. So I'm not going to like recreate this script, I don't think, because this isn't actually too much interesting as much as I thought. So, okay, yeah, never mind. Let's just make a video. We'll do a bunch of different graphics that happen. There we go. Okay. Some sort of trailer, you know, that kind of shows all the different important parts and important aspects of it. Some sort of explosion at the start, maybe like the logo itself. So we can get like the logo, which I think I had to like quit the game to actually see it. I had to restart the game. I think it's just a big cloud, and then it says Sunny's Dream on it. Don't mind my handwriting here. Let's see, launch game. Yeah. Some funny little cloud. The more so accurate it is, the easier it is to recreate what I want. Okay. And then maybe some pinwheel design here. Maybe some little stars or something. I'm just gonna make some basic drawings and then maybe go from here. Okay. So we get a title screen, like pew, pew. It can like kind of grow or something. Just gonna make some basic sketches and then work from here. So what I want is a bunch of different informational text images. I know what I want, so maybe I can just kind of do that and then go from there. So I definitely want certain images where I want like some sort of cast pictures where you get each of the characters kind of showing up out of their cutie marks or some sort of image. That's not lasso. Try to use a different tool here. Oops. Oh no, what happened? Let's go back. Try that again. Okay. So I like some sort of stock image of each character kind of coming out of a shape. And also see if I can draw each character here. Ha! And then we get like a gameplay screen. So I'll record myself like playing the game, and then you get different pictures of her talking or something. I want this to definitely be a highlight. And then you get an image of the character. And then somewhere you get the name. Sunny. Then we'll have like each character. And then we'll get like Izzy. Move her. I have to draw each character twice now. Oof, this is gonna be a lot. What would you look like about your own actual OC? What? I mean, I made a couple of OCs of myself. He actually appears in chapter 5 of the Derpy movie. What would you look like about your own OC? Yeah. I made myself standing on the boat in one shot. So I've made myself a couple different times actually, different styles that I've made. Did I draw ears? Yeah. So I'm gonna do Much more than that, actually. And then you get the point that there's each character. And then... what else do I want? Could be like the... yeah, it could be another one of these, actually. Or I could take the ending here and then duplicate it and then make some room. Oops. Make some room here and say play today. Should there be a way to say, should I have to say like link in description, or I'll probably put it in different ways. Because we're probably gonna have, this will be like my trailer like on Itch.io. So if you're already here on there, I'm trying to think of whether or not I want to do this as a short as well. The shorts have been doing okay. Not only on, but definitely like emphasize that when you go on an Itch.io page, they always usually want like a trailer. Like on Steam, you always want like a trailer and screenshots. So I'll do it for Itch.io as one of these kind of trailers. So if you're on there, then you get to watch this before you play it. I'll do it on YouTube, but whether or not I want to do that as a short or a video, it's going to be up to how I set these up. Because otherwise I'll have to do it, if I do it as a short, they have to be basically like from here to here as like a tall video. And so I can't have this widescreen display. So I always make 2 different endings for the trailer. Yeah, so I can have like this and like a link. Can't say click because it could be click or tap. One saying download below and one saying available. Itch.io. Okay. I like that. That's not how you spell. Download below. And one that says oh jeez, okay. Available on itch.io. So you get a couple different play it today, download below, and available itch.io. So obviously it's okay to render a whole bunch and then put it on different places. Yeah, it'll be whether or not the video on Itch.io is does it have to be a YouTube video or can it be like a standalone trailer, MP4 and trailer video? We'll figure that out and then figure out how to do these. But thank you, Cookie. This is really helpful. Let's put a story one here. So we can have the intro, which I don't think I've set that up, but some sort of with the big mystery horse, which is not really supposed to be anything. Or any kind of specific character. It's not Luna. It's like a representation of Oliver Guilt or something. And then I want like some sort of text on top that says Sonny has a mysterious dream or something. Has a mysterious Yes. Dream. Dot dot dot. Sunny dream. Sunny just your dream. Sunny, Izzy. Play today. Obviously I'll do it for each character. And then something about the endings. Or like your choice matters or something. I can do something where your choices matter. And then you get different I was gonna do like each ending, but I think one of them is a little top secret that I don't want to spoil yet. So I think I could do like side by side, maybe just two, and then you can see like, yeah, that'll be easier. So I'm thinking you can have two displays from the same part of the game, and then so you get horse, and then you get like the yes and no buttons. I guess if you say yes, you get one way, and then you have the other one say no, and then it does something completely different or something. And I can edit it to be like not exactly literally the next frame of it, but just kind of edit it so it's be like shows that one of them feels or like looks different or something. And then we do the same thing over here. Yes. No. Especially no. Let's kind of make this little wee a little better here. Choices matter. Okay. And then we'll add another frame, duplicate it, and then we have different versions, really different poses or something. A little like, yeah. Yeah, you say like yes, and then the horse is like, yeah. But if you go no, she's like, ah. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, I was really feeling it. Oh. There you go. Something like that. Your choices matter. Do you choose yes or no? Yes? Yeah! No. Oh. And then play today. And something else. Maybe like another montage or something? I don't know. So right now, it'll be so extra. It's gotta, you know, it's gotta be interesting, and you know, if you're watching a whole bunch of TikToks or something, it's like, oh, if this shows up, people are like, whoa, that's pretty cool, you know. That's what I want. Yeah, I don't know. This is what I want. That might be fun. I'm working, you know, already like 4 months on this. I might as well just go all out with the trailer as well. It's my first, you know, video game that I hope to actually finish, or at least release in some sort of form. So, might as well just do everything I can to have, you know, much fun with it. Beepy. And Zippy. And then get both of them. Yeah, let's remove their faces there. Okay. Might have to move them over, or at least, I don't know. Cool. Some sort of yeah, to do buddy cop. Yeah, let's do that. Just got her phone or something. I think I have one where she's actually looking up. I want to reuse as many assets that I have, obviously. So I don't want to create. It needs to be like up. I'll use one of the pictures that I already have and then go from there. Pip has hair that is like Rarity, which is impossible to draw accurately. I don't know, something like that, I guess. It's got the thing. Good. Zipsy's here. It's her hooves. That doesn't work. Okay, and then they could be like in one shape in here. So like their body part will be kind of cut off at this point. Okay. Huh. Yeah. And then should I also do Luna? Or maybe, yeah, that could be like a surprise. Especially with my other secrets that I got. Hitch and Sparky. Let's see. Okay. I want to show both of them. So I have one that's kind of like this. No more upset. No more long nose. And then you get Sparky, which I haven't really drawn simply yet, so I don't know. Just gotta draw a whole bunch of these guys, little horns. It's got the yeah. Hitch has hair. That's I had the hardest time trying to draw like the 2D version of his hair. So but that's okay enough. There's alright. Okay, and then I think I want the one where he's like on top of his head. I have to wait for this to load here. Oh well. I tried simplifying it, or try to remove some pieces from one file, one Toon Boom file. I moved a lot of the storyboard. The cutscene, the beginning cutscene information, and put those into a different file. So It's technically a little bit lighter, but I keep adding stuff, so it keeps getting bigger as well. Yeah. He's on top of Hitch, who is like kind of maybe looking. Try to look up or something. It could just be normal, I guess. Try to like, I would have to like make his entire head move down, or like move his ears down or something. I also need Sparky's little hands. Big nose. That looks okay. Okay. So what do we got? We got doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Sunny's dream. Sunny's dream. A little strong bad or something. I don't know how animated I want everything else to also be, because I can have like each star kind of go boop 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 boop. You kind of rotate it or something. This can kind of have her like kind of walk in. Maybe add like a vignette or something around, and then kind of stop before she transforms, so I can edit that, and then get a woo Sunny, and then she can like pop up, and then she can talk. And then is there Derp and Zerp? Hush on Sparky. Your choices matter. Yes, no. Yeah, no. Sunday's Dream. Play today. Or download below. Or available on itch.io. Or I can have all these, I guess. No, I can't. Download below and available don't work together. Maybe I can put this one later. Download below. Download below. Available on itch.io. Play today. And then that'll be it. Okay. Woof. Let me get some more water here. How's that? Oh, let me finish drinking there. There we go. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Cool. Yeah. Okay. How do I get the game? Still working on it. Hopefully, yeah. So timeline wise, I would like to finish all the primary assets, like all the artwork and maybe some sound effects. I don't know how far I'll get, but at least, yeah, try to get all the artwork in, and then I'll do a demo, so you'll be able to, everyone will be able to play it. That's I'll put it on the Discord again, so you guys will play it, and then once that's out for a couple bits, you guys can give me some feedback, say what's working, what's not, in the Discord, and say like, oh yeah, I know that first time I did the demo, you guys gave me a lot of good feedback. Thank you for that. So I hope to do that again, where it's much more complete. It's definitely much more complete now. Where before, I don't think I even had a custom menu like this, or a custom background. So all the backgrounds are like the 3D images, I think. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, let's Let's see, open link. Yeah, here's just a screenshot someone took to say like, hey, what's up with these apostrophes? They were correct that there were some weird spacing issues with the text. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll look into that. I could probably like find a... I think I actually have a newer version of this image. Yeah, so here's the fixed one. So now I got the apostrophe set up. You can see like there's still a 3D background. And I think the text box is different. And I think a bunch of these are different. So a lot has been done in the last 2 months, 2.5 months. So let's see if we can find what this looks like now. There we go. So we went from this to this, and there might be some small little gaps where the clouds are going. But now the text box is different. This is all different. We got an animated background, animated characters, and animated backgrounds as well. So, but not everything is complete yet. So it's still gonna take some time. But from that first demo, I got a lot of stuff done, literally just from you guys giving me feedback. So, thank you a lot. In terms of pictures, that's about it. All of them have been the apostrophe switch. And Ren'Py, they were a little harder to pick up because it would just be, it looks like an apostrophe, but the way that it was like a different coded, a different stylely coded apostrophe. So it didn't really look too much different. It looked a little bit bolder, a little bit more sideways, but yeah. So I went through in every single apostrophe and tried to figure out like what was wrong and fix it. So little bugs like that I was able to fix. So yeah, but still working on everything I've been saying over and over. We're getting there. Oh boy. Yeah, hopefully final stretch, but if I keep getting more and more complicated stuff at work, my regular job, then it's gotta be a little might be too tired. Literally, I like fall asleep before I have time to work on it. So it'll just be up to whether or not I get a lot of time, a lot of easy stuff. I work on it. Oh boy. Let's see. Should we actually work on this, or I kind of want to take a break actually. We get the Katamari Damacy game trial. Kind of actually just want to play that. Is that alright? If I just, because we got all this done. This will take like several days to actually finish this. But what'll happen is that I'll, start with every asset that I have, and then cobble it together, break that into either a Toon file or go into Premiere, take the files, and then try to edit it there, make a big collage of everything that I got. And then once I've run out of everything that I have, then I'll start to make the new pictures. Take some video recordings of it. But I want to save the videos until I have like a final build, because I know that happens a lot where the marketing has to make these videos before the game's complete, or at least, that's how you get all the trailers that are like have a bunch of beta elements, or like unfinished elements inside of your trailers. Because it'd be like this, where it's like, I'm not done with the game yet, I'm not done with all the art, but it's like I want to, I gotta make a trailer for it so that the trailer can come out alongside the game release. But it's like the game's, trying to be built at the same time, so they're working in tandem at the same time. So I was like, okay, well, do I just wait longer, or I gotta work on all of this as well. So it's like, okay, let me at least board this out in a way that I'm happy with it, and then try to figure this out. Because yeah, I could definitely work on everything that I have, like all of these, especially all of these pictures on the left side. I can do, because these will literally be, you know, I can go to like Hitchin Sparky's characters and then take one of these poses that I got here, you know, where it's on his head. You know, I could take like one of these pictures and be like, yeah, this is now, you know, export this out as a picture. My audio stopped. There we go. I could take this picture, and export that out and then put it onto the image side there and be like, whoop, done. So it won't be 100% new assets, you know, won't be like having to make everything, but I can start with some of these basics and just literally just take what I'm gonna now call stock art for these poses, take some videos and set it up. So it should be fairly straightforward. But yeah, it just looks complicated just because I got so many other little pieces that I want to do. But on the whole, it's going to be reusing a lot of stuff. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then text is easy. So, but yeah, some of these beats, I'll just have to make a little shape, and then put the character into there, add a mask, and then be done with that. And then that's easy, and then just making a background. Might just be like another pinwheel. Should I explain what a pinwheel is? At least my idea for it. Let's see here. I'm gonna look this up. What's the, it's the, let's see. Let's get a search for this real quick. Where's like these, not real backgrounds. I'd have to find the actual video for what I want. Can't find it in Google Image. Let's go to the, yeah, here it is. That'll do. Let's find a good frame. So I'll just show this real quick, but it's this kind of starburst kind of flail out, kind of these kind of stripes that kind of radiate from its center. And so I can do that really, really quick. It's pretty simple to make these kind of lines that shoot out in this kind of starburst formation, and then get these kind of cool background, but it's like it's just kind of pop art kind of style, you know, not really anything specific, but it can just have this little starburst effect that kind of makes it look cool, and add some little gradients onto it, and add some little shapes or something, and then it looks more complicated than it probably will take to make. So something like that. It's the design. That's what I'll have for the beginning and throughout. And then it's easier to then just kind of color shift it. So then it could be like blue on one side, one frame, and then green on another one. So yeah. But yeah, I definitely wanna not move forward with this today, or at least not for this stream right now. I think I wanna move forward and do like one level of Katamari. That's what I want to do. So, you ready for that? Let's see. Intermission. Let's see here. Let me close literally everything that I got here. Okay. Get my controller. Okay, how are we doing? Oh yeah, I forgot that the camera has interesting, maybe, copyrighted music, so I probably want to just want to... Should I play it safe and not do the Katamari music? um, swap over game, display screen. You think I get away with it? True. The game seems to be a black screen, so I might have to get up for 1 sec here. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, just had to put my switch back in my toaster. Thanks for holding. Okay, cool. I will swap to you guys. There we go. Studio mode off. Game mode off. Okay, so we're still gonna use my regular music that I got, but hopefully that's okay. Let's see. So I do have the full Katamari game on my PS3, but I don't have it on Switch, so this is different. I just want to play like one level, because I got the game trial that only lasts for this weekend, so I was like, let's try it. And they don't want to do another half hour of work or anything. Why is this rumbling? Oh, I get a camera. Okay. As of looking, it looks pretty slow on my end. I guess I played for a little bit. I think I haven't made this one yet. Start from here. Let's see. I know how to find is all the music, but I'm just scared. Let's see. I think the first time I actually saw this was when I went to... I had like a family trip, went cross country, and then my uncle was like trying to like impress me and be like, okay, you know, here's a game that, you know, I was a kid, you know, let's have you I don't know, let's do something together. I was like super shy and like super afraid of everything. That was even in retrospect I understand. That's like, what's up, back to say soon. Swans. That's what we had, just nothing but eggs. Okay, so get some swans. Okay. 7 minutes. Okay. So my goal was like, yeah, let's play some game that maybe you like. And he turned on his, you know, I think it might have been an Xbox or something, but it was weird. And he was like, yeah, you want to play? I was like, so scared. I don't know. I was like super shy as a kid, and I was like, okay, well, no. and now I understand. Like, yeah, this game is super child friendly, and it's like, oh man, I could have played it back then, but I was like, okay. Oh well, we haven't done this level yet, so I don't know what to expect. Oh jeez. Hope to add the extra camera controls. I don't know about that. The controls are interesting. They're almost like weird pilot controls where it's dual sticks. So I'm having to like almost like a race car, or like an RC kind of controller, where to like move forward I had to push both sticks up, and to like rotate I had to like push one of them down. So to turn left I had to hold right stick up and then left stick down, and then to move like sideways it's like move both right or both left. So it's took a little bit of something to get used to, but yeah, I started playing this at work and it was like during lunch. I was like, okay, this is fun. Alright. And again, the music is my own playlist. Safe playlist. Haven't had a whole is there is there a way to get out of this? Oh no. Ah, that's how they okay, that was clever. Ah, okay. A little safe lock there, so they don't get soft locked. But yeah, I was just so timid. Now look at me go, rolling around yelling. So we got 5 minutes. Probably want to. I'm doing okay, but I think it's probably it's a little slow on my end. But I think that's just the way that it's being displayed on my monitor of my Wacom, rather than being how it's actually displayed. Because I watched I was curious, like, is it actually that slow for you guys? And it seemed to be okay. It seemed to be pretty solid. But just playing it right now, it feels like the Katamari right now is trying its best to play here. So when I played like Splatoon last week or so, it was something. Wasn't slideshowy, but it was like, yeah, just not really not the best. YouTube approved, yes. It's literally from their website, so should be. But yeah, this feels like an advanced slideshow is what I'm watching. So it did do some tests, and it's like it's definitely my monitor itself, because I played some Deed Rhythm Final Fantasy on my other monitors. I have 3 monitors, and I was like, oh, it seems to sort of work better on one of my other monitors. So I probably want to move that over in case this gets real bad, but I'll just play it for right now. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's mostly on the displayed output screen that I'm watching is bad, but it should be okay on you guys. So it's weird. Can I get up here now? There we go. Get all the chicks here. Or eggs, I guess. There we go. I was always scared that like if you bump into something, then that object would be lost forever. But it seems to just kind of go back. It just kind of literally just falls off the more realistic way. So it's like, okay, cool. That sense of like I can still pick it up if I want to is real nice. There's definitely a lot of physics going on here. It's almost like a train. I have to like break it early before I hit a wall. So I just gotta stop the momentum before it hits anything. Let's see here. Wee. Yeah, this was a little comfort game before going back to work. But yeah, I'm using the trial version, which only lasts for like another day or so. So if you want to pick it up now, I guess yeah, you get like a couple hours left to really get it. Meow. I'm getting all of the chicks. I guess they're swans as well. I got like 32 swans now. Ooh, I can pick up the dandies. Or can I? It looked like it. 1 minute. Oh no, I'm too slow. in the future games, did like the king ever get less like mad at you, or is it always kind of? It's not like his personality, I guess, to because it's like you can do like a really good score and be like really proud of yourself, and then like again the king's like, well, that was okay, like you could have done better, and it's like, oh, I thought I did my best there. You know, it's like, oh, I thought I did good. More egg. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, that's real nice. Thank you, Namco. I appreciate it. And then, I guess, I don't know, are you able to transfer your saves? I mean, that'd be the best for these kind of game trials, where if you, it's basically, with the game trials, the difference between a demo and a game trial is that the NSO, is connected exclusively to NSO, where you gotta have, I don't think you had to have plus, but at least, nah, I think it's all different. Yeah. Nope, that's the thing. Okay. Oh, I feel it. Oh, I feel the cosmos. Wow. Swan. Just like a phoenix. Okie dokie. Yeah, let me try on this monitor. I'm literally just playing it on a different monitor right now, so you can't tell. It should be the same output, but I'm literally just displaying it. It's something different. I think it's these guys that are different. I think it's star 6. Alright. Yeah, demo and trial. Demo is a curated, made for demo game. Download, where you only get access to like maybe 2 levels. The game trial lets you play the entire game, but you can only play the game for like a week. And then I'm not sure whether or not if you can then buy the game, and if you have a certain save, then you can copy that over, or you have to start over. I'm not sure about that, but yeah. Marital judgment is a core feature of the series. It's gonna be rolling around the world. Should be at least 3 meters. Okay. I can't believe in your. We believe in you. 11 minutes. So that'll be okay. We'll still be fine. Anyways, always going. Okay. Do. So I'm already like half a meter. So yeah, it feels a little better, but I think it's still. It's not performance, you know, as bad as like I want to say Scarlet and Violet, but I haven't played that to really test it. But at least, you know, of course, I've seen of Scarlet and Violet is that it's not the most optimized game, which is really surprising because I could have used whatever last generation's engine and then just add different textures onto things and say good enough. But it seemed like they might have just made a different version of their engine or something, or upgraded or something that broke it or something. Or they really only tested, you know, the Sword and Shield engine for those small maps. Or they knew that having a large map would be problematic for their engine. So they were like, yeah, just make it like, I don't know, a little bit. And then make sure that the maps aren't too big, and yeah, we'll be fine. And then Scarlet Violet was like, yeah, let's make an entire, you know, open world. It'll be fine. And not enough time to do bug tests and really see like, oh yeah, it's not working. And then be like, well, we have a set deadline, and that means we have to deliver it on time, or else we don't get enough Pokemon for, you know, we already got Arceus at the beginning of the year. That means we, you know, have to have the next generation at this specific time. And it's like, wait a minute, you don't have to. You already have Arceus. What's wrong? What's wrong with that? Ooh, I'm clipping at everything. Oh boy. I can do it, thank you. How am I doing? Let's try to read you guys. Trying to read. What you got? It's a lot faster than I remember. Like, I remember the first couple times I played this game, like at different consoles. I remember it kind of already being it's fast. Whoop. So I got to be more like, whoa, hold on there. It's supposed to be like a Sonic game where it's like, oh, what? Stop, Sonic, you're going too fast. I can't, nah, I'm gonna hit a wall. I haven't played Frontiers to know like how, I guess I played the demo of Frontiers just to see like what, if I just make sure it's like, is it something fun? And it's like, it's more like a Mario game now. Where it's like, just kind of run around and get a loop-de-loop here and there. And it's like, okay. It's like a weird genre bending in Frontiers. I didn't get it. I was like, yeah. It's kind of what all the people have been saying about it. I was like, yep, I'm not really interested. No, thank you. I'm gonna roll everything. Just watch me. Oh! Nice. Okay, not much there. Let's turn around. It is really hard to control. I guess it makes sense when you're rolling up that many differently sized things. I was like, I like the ones where it's like a big pole, and then you try to hobble up, where it's like you go up a little, where you do little jumps. They make these things perfectly lines, you know, and it's like follow the line, and it's like, whoa, you know. Get the cheeks. Ooh, water. Okay. It's hard to do the shoosh. Let's see. Ah, there you go. Unfortunately, I've just been so desensitized to all this weird stuff that's like, yeah, okay, that guy's twirling around. You know, it's less funny, I guess, to me now. It's just sad. I was like, I would have loved, this younger. I don't think you can mute the game audio, by the way. Okay. Yep, there was like a way to. It's not even settings on here. I'm 4 times bigger than a bench or something. Is that what it said? Got this sign. I gotta be 3 times bigger than this. Okay. Let's reach my 3-meter goal. And then my dad's gonna be like, no, you could have been 4 meters tall. What's wrong with you? It's like, but Papa, I did the goal that you wanted, right? And it's like, no, but you can do better. And it's like, oh no. I guess you're right, but oh no. I don't know what kind of accent these are. Can I eat the fire? Yeah. That's a bear. Okay, yeah, I'm a little lopsided. Oh dear. How do I get back to that other section? Okay. Oop, not big enough for sumo. Yeah, more things unlock, especially, yeah, exactly. Now it's like, okay, maybe if I get a little larger, I can eat people, but I can't eat that bike. So, there we go. Yeah, it's almost like exponential. Where it's like, as you grow, you can get larger and larger, faster. So it's like, okay, now I can eat that whole sign and eat all these cows if I want to now. And then that'll add up much faster. There we go. I don't know what the like rules are exactly. Like, can I only eat things that are like not like 1% or like 100% of my size? Maybe like half my size is I got that guy over. I can eat that guy. So what's up with that? Oh yeah, we're gonna make the goal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Slow. Yeah. I'm real slow. Yeah. Break everything. Yeah. 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 Losing everything. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I caught him too. Oh, awesome. Don't think I can get that bulldozer. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to the beach. See if there's more here. Sorry. Oop. Ah. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Well, I appreciate you for not doing the link to it. That's good. I don't know how. That'd be the unsafe part, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of different dubs of all the movies, or just the show in general. Does anyone listen to like the other dubs of G5? Because if their voices sound better, or like in a more cool way or something, that'd be more interesting to watch. There's gotta be. If it's gonna be, well, they're gonna go back on. Everything's gonna be on like on Netflix, basically. I think next month or so. So, be good if they, yeah, had different dubs of it. Can't get that guy, not much here. Let's see here. Got 2 minutes left. Yeah, it's definitely exponential where it's like, okay, now I'm slightly larger. I can now get larger things that make me more larger. And it's like, yeah. But yeah, I don't know the rule if I have to be like, if it's like 0.8% of my total size, that's like the largest I can pick up. That's like the rule or something. Or does it have to be half my size or less? And like what's determines that? Because then it's like I don't know. Am I gonna make it? Yes. Okay. Oh, 8 times bigger than a door. How we doing? Terry's Hill has a Jeopardy channel on YouTube. Oh, awesome. Cool. I want to check that out. Is that they're gonna remove all the YouTube videos? Because they were actually pretty convenient to have them on YouTube. Because the YouTube player's a little easier than Netflix. You can go frame by frame on YouTube a little easier. Especially when I reference something in animation or see how the animation is done. It's a little easier on YouTube's. Wee. Yeah, there's no frame by frame player on Netflix, or it's a little bit harder. Get the guys. Yeah. Get the guys. Yeah. There girls. Okay. Dashing is a little hard. It's the middle of nowhere. In the booty. Ah. Well, a little larger. We have a piano lesson. Alright. Yeah, it was your first goal. You should have done more. Next time we want a bigger one. Ugh, I got vegetables. Listen to this guy. E-Ponies. That's a Jeff Dub movie, wrong. Okay. Ooh, story. Ooh. Oh, I see it. I see the rocket. Whoa, okay. Maybe it's just, that's where Dad is. Oh. We'll be seeing your father soon, children. What? To be continued. Wow. Yay. Oh, I wrote this song. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now that somebody has taken like 10 minutes, so I think I probably want to quit here. Let's go to end card. I can stop being Joy Boy. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. There we go. Here we go. Just resetting everything. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. That's a good one. Oh boy. Cool. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, hope to, yep, see you on next stream, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Every pony, thank you. So yeah, next week, we'll see. Because I keep saying, like, I'll get the demo done, but then I keep getting tired, so I can't really work on the game much more and keep working on it. So, I hope to, right after the stream, get back to work on the game, and then we'll see from there. Because the avenues that can happen is that I finish most of the game, and then the stream won't be that much content for, you know, if I have nothing to work on for the game, then it's like, well, I got a stream of the game. So, in that case, I have some other ideas. I have other fun games we can do, art-related stuff or game stuff, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So I'll play by ear to see how far I get, but if not, yeah, we'll do something else. So we'll always have something to do, but yeah, it's just whether or not we'll actually do next week is up in the air. So, but otherwise, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you everyone who's leaving now. Thank you so much. Yeah, go. I don't know what to say. Go play the Katamari while you can, or I guess pay for it later when the trial ends. Yeah. Go have fun. Drink some water. Hydrate. There you go. That's good. Good message, everyone. Hydrate. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back next time, and we'll do something else fun. So thank you guys again. All right. Bye bye.